Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're here from the last one. Last video I talked about like my bookish favorites and things about me that I like, and not about me, things that I like about books and everything. I talked about books, stuff about books and stuff that I like, and today I want to talk about books that I didn't like, specifically the more popular books that I didn't like. Before I start off, I want to say that this is not in any way to shade the authors, or if you like these books, good for you. I think it's great that you enjoyed the book. It just wasn't for me. I just wanted to talk about it, and this is not meant to be really negative. Okay, let's go. I finished this video and I watched it back, and I just heard my dog snoring the entire time, so if you can hear him, I'm so sorry. I just didn't want to have to re-explain all of this and refilm all of it and just say everything that I just said. I feel like it's not that bad at some parts, but some parts you can really hear him. I'm so sorry. He was sleeping on my bed and he just decided to be really loud, and yeah, so sorry if you can hear that, and I hope you still enjoy the video regardless. So first off, I'm gonna go with order of like, I'm gonna start off, should I start off with my 1 stars or should I start off with my 2 stars and like 1 stars, save the best for last? Because I have a lot of 2 stars. I only have 2 books that I rated 1 star because it's just insane, like I just couldn't do it. I'm just gonna start with 2 stars. So recently I read Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I don't know, I mean I read this in a day. I read it in a day. So it was like entertaining to say the least. But it was just like, I think I gave it 2.25, but it was like, I just felt like none of the characters felt fully fleshed out, and like it just felt like the way that they talked and acted around each other just didn't feel like genuine. I don't know. I know it's like fiction, but like I like to have a little bit of like realisticness in the way that these people are, because I can't connect to them if they feel fake. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what happened. I should say what it's about. This is about Anastasia and Nate, and he's a hockey player and she's a figure skater, and they have to share the same rink at their college. Yeah, because one of them, or it was the hockey one, or one of their rinks was melted. So they have to share the same one, and it's kind of like enemies to lovers. But also the thing about this was, it was such a fast burn. Like it was like 70 pages in, they were already like making out. I was like, okay. So it just didn't feel like the slow burny enemies to lovers I thought it was gonna be. But anyways, that's that. Next, I'm gonna go with one of my first 2 stars that I gave, and it's Where the Crawdads Sing. This writing was good. It was just, I felt like it was so much imagery based, and for me I just need like some characters to like keep me going, and so I don't know, I just thought I just got bored. Like I'm sorry. It's about this girl who like lives alone in this marsh, and there's like a whole murder mystery type thing happening, and I don't even like I read this so long ago I don't even like remember what happened, but I also remember the ending being really disappointing to me. I just was like, oh, you know, I don't have much to say about this one. It's just because I don't really remember it, but yeah. Also, another disappointment I have, It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I'm not a big on Colleen Hoover anymore. I started reading her when I started reading again in like May of 2022. I read some of her books to get me back into reading, and I remember I enjoyed It Ends With Us. I don't know if I would now. I haven't read it since, so I doubt I would. But I remember being excited for this and getting it, and I was like, it just felt like a useless book. Like it's just like a sequel that just like didn't need to happen, and it was very underwhelming, and just I that's it. Yeah. On that note, we also have All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. I read this even when I was in my like Colleen Hoover phase, and I remember everyone was hyping it up and like crying, and I remember reading it and I was like, this just doesn't feel like normal. Like it just didn't feel, it just felt like, pretty sure there's cheating trope in this, which is not okay. I don't even remember what this is about, so I'm not even gonna say what it's about. It's just about this couple who like met after both being cheated on, and then it's like 7 years later, um like they are married and it's like an imperfect relationship, and there's a lot going on and it's kind of just a toxic marriage. Like that's literally what this felt like, and I just didn't know what the appeal was. I was really excited for this too because everyone said it was really good, and I just didn't like it. So yeah, you can see I have Twisted Hate and Twisted Lies here because, oh my god, I'm like showing off the books that I took out of here. Twisted Hate and Twisted Lies here because I haven't read those yet. I have read the other two and I put them in my closet with the other ones because I did not like them at all. I'm so sad because I literally bought the whole series because everyone was hyping it up, and I read Twisted Love and I was like, this is the craziest like story I've ever read. It was entertaining to say the least. Like I read it in a day. It was so entertaining because it was like things were happening left and right. Like nothing in this book would have happened in real life. None of this was real. It's about like Ava, and I'm so bad at like explaining what books are about. Ava, who has like a broken past, and her brother is like leaving or something, and has his best friend Alex stay to keep an eye on her, even though she's a grown adult. And he also has a broken, haunted, tragic past, and it's just like the craziest pasts I've ever heard in my life. And there's like plot twists, and there's like FBI. Like I don't know how Alex knows everybody in the FBI and like every president like that's ever lived, like just knows them personally, and has like $300 billion. I don't know. Like I just wasn't for me. And then I tried, because everyone says that Twisted Games is the best book. I tried that one because I was like, you know what, maybe this will be better. I was bored. Also, okay, so it's about Bridget, who's Ava's friend. It's interconnected. Bridget, who's a princess of this different world, this whole different made-up kingdom, and her bodyguard, Reese, I think that's how you say it. And it's like forbidden love between them. I feel like this was like a little better than the last one, just because, or the other one, because like it felt like less ridiculous, but also Reese didn't even feel real. Like he didn't even feel like a real person, and I just didn't care about them, either of them. They're both very forgettable people. I'm like really sad about it. I heard Twisted Lies is like the best, but after hearing this was the best and it being an utter disappointment, I'm actually very nervous. Because I have to read them like I have them. Like I bought all of them at the same time, not knowing that I didn't like the first one. Never made that mistake again, by the way. Don't do that. I'm kind of nervous for that. Moving on to another series or book that I was had such high expectations for, and I just did not enjoy at all. Good for you if you enjoyed this. I just could not. I really could not. And that's Magnolia Parks by Jenna Hastings. I went into this thinking it was gonna be like a cool prep school, like fun romance. Not fun. I knew it was gonna be like toxic because I heard that it was, but it was like next level. Like the male love interest was so unlikable, like so unlikable. I have no sympathy for him. I just so unlikable. Like, what do you mean you're gonna go out with all these girls every night, and if she's seen with the guy, then you're gonna get mad? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Anyways, this is about Magnolia and BJ, and they have like this history between them. Like they used to date, like they were childhood best friends, and they used to date, and then like they had a falling out because this isn't a spoiler, but he cheated on her. And so they had a falling out, and there's just them pining back and forth, and it's just like the same thing over and over and over again. So I was like, I can't. Like it was so repetitive. It was 500 pages or 450. Yeah, 500 pages of like the same thing happening over and over again, just the pining, and he's like hooking up with a new girl every night, and she's like, I'm not gonna be mad about it. And she goes off and gets an actual relationship, and he gets so mad. Like he gets like he goes insane. And it's like, I don't understand, like, what do you mean you can do that and she can't? Like, I just didn't like it. It was just very unlikable. And I'm really sad because I had such high expectations for this. Yeah, that was that. I was really sad about it. Side note, there was a typo what felt like every other chapter in this book, and it was grammar and spelling, and it was just constant typos, and they were so obvious that it was like incredibly distracting. And yeah, so I wanted to bring that up as well. But I love Tom England. He's the only thing that got me through the book, to be honest. Here are one of my 1 stars, and that is, this one's not even that popular. I just had the utmost highest expectations for this book because I heard it was so good it would make me cry. And it was just probably my least favorite book that I've ever read, and that's Brightside by Kim Holden. I have a note in my notes app about like what happened in this book. I've read it off to my friends and they just were like, "What?" Like that all happened in the same book? Cuz yeah, it did. First of all, the first half of the book felt like one book. The second half of the book felt like a whole different book cuz there's this reveal of something about the female main character and I'm like, "Where in God's name did this come from?" Like it just felt like so, and there was like tragic past and everyone's got like trauma. Like it just felt like a bunch of random trauma to make it dramatic and like make it sad, but it just made it like ridiculous to me. Like it felt like so Wattpad-y, but not in, some Wattpad books are good, but this just didn't feel like real. I feel like I would have like enjoyed this if I was still in my Colleen Hoover phase. The canon event of the Colleen Hoover phase. Also, they just felt like unlikable. Like the romance didn't feel real. The characters didn't feel real. Like it just didn't feel. I don't even know what happened. Let me tell you what happened in this book. Also, the female main character just felt like one of those where it's like she's not like other girls. You know what I mean? So she goes to this college in a small town and she meets this guy and she also felt like a manic pixie dream girl kind of thing, like where she's like the funny smart, she's good at everything and she's like gorgeous and everyone's in love with her and yeah, I don't know, like it's insane. And they just fall in love and there's like all this stuff happens and like a big reveal happens and it just felt fake. Like I don't know. I need to stop talking about that. I could go on. If you want to see that note on my notes app from everything that happened in this book, I'm going to put them on the screen here. If you don't want spoilers, you can feel free to skip. But if you want to know what happened in the book without actually reading it, here you go. Next book, this one's really popular, or was really popular like a couple years ago, and I read it and I just couldn't. This is my first 1 star I've ever given any book. That's The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. I kid you not, I don't know anything that happened in this book. My review literally just says, like, I couldn't tell you anything that happened in this book besides the fact that he has blue eyes. Because it was mentioned every other page that he has blue eyes. And he's tall. So I'll say Catalina needs a date to her sister's wedding, and she brings, like, her boss? Is this her boss? Her colleague. And it's, like, this enemies to lovers type thing. But it's like Grumpy Sunshine, which I don't really like Grumpy Sunshine when it's like the guy and the girl. The guy's grumpy, the girl's sunshine. I don't know why. I just like it I just like it when it's the other way around. I really know why, but also it felt really long for a rom-com book, like 400 pages. I feel like that's kind of long for a book like this. And I still don't remember anything that happened. It was just like this wedding and she's like the worst man in the world and she's like, I can't, like they have to fake date in front of their family because like her ex was gonna be there or something. I don't know. That's enough negativity for today. I try not to be as negative as possible. I don't want to be that much of a hater, but I just had to bring these opinions to the table. I had to share because I am very passionate about my opinions on books. But anyways, thank you for watching if you stayed till the end, and I'm sorry if you enjoyed these books and I didn't, but we all have books that just weren't for us, and these are mine. But thank you for watching anyway, and I hope you guys enjoyed this at least a little bit because it wasn't a crazy video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this even a little bit, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. So yeah, thank you for watching, and bye.